and welcome to another YouTube video, and today we will be doing some glass fibre work, something I've never done before, so it's going to be a brilliant learning experience for myself, and hopefully I can show you lot what I'm doing while I do it. So what I've done is I've purchased a glass fibre kit off Amazon. It's only about £13, so I'll be using this to create a rear tail light cover. So in the past, I bought a rear tail light and cut it to the part that I want to make. So here we have the old headlight cover. I've gone and cut it out of the existing light. And so what I'll do is I'll lay the fiberglass over the top to create the main part, and then use a filler to make sure all the surfaces are smooth, and then use colour matched paint to make sure it all matches the paintwork. But I'll show you now what I've done before. It looks nice from a distance, but up close it's not as smooth as I would like, so that's why I've gone down this route. But I'll take you through the process and hopefully you'll enjoy it.
So here we have the cover itself. As you can see, the surface is a little bit rough. It looks nice from a distance, like I stated earlier, but yeah, this is the time to get it right, do it properly.
When doing this fiberglass work, I think that I need to find a way to hold this in place to make life a lot easier when trying to apply the fiberglass material. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a stand at 2 points which will allow this to stay in one position, so I can lay the fiberglass over the top and hopefully make my life a bit easier. But I'll take you through the process of making this stand. We have my base that I will screw into the desk so that it will stay in place in one position, and then just 2 bits of broom handle that I will place like this to hold the mould onto, and of course the mould itself.
As we can see, the cover is looking very nice. It's making sure that the cover itself is very secure. It makes life a lot easier when applying the fiberglass. With the stand now completed, I screwed it into the desk just to keep it in place while I'm doing the fiberglass work, but also I made sure to countersink the holes for the screws so that they sit flush on the cover itself, just to make it, the finished product, that much nicer.
So here we have the glass fibre kit. We'll see what's inside. So we have the fiberglass matting material. Instructions, very important. The resin. Looks like the hardening agent. Sticks. Cup. A small brush. So I'll just read through the instructions and see how we do it. The instructions, it seems to be we just add per every 10 ml of Resin, we add just a pea-sized drop of hardener. Want to make sure while working with fiberglass that we are wearing gloves. It's very nasty stuff to get in your hands, so we want to do the best we can to mitigate any rashes or problems with working with fiberglass. So what we're going to do is, with this fiberglass sheeting, what we'll do is we'll cut a single piece that covers the full length. We'll apply the resin first, then a sheet of fiberglass, and then another coating of resin. We'll let it cure, and then after a time we'll see how it comes out. If we need another layer, we will do that. If not, then that will be the final product.
With the fiberglass now set on the cover, we can see that it's formed to the shape of it beautifully, and it's just a case of leaving it to cure even more before removing and cutting to the final shape.
Unfortunately, when I went to go prise this off the mould, it's stuck to the plastic frame. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to redo it all. But as you can see, I've put some cling film over the mould so that when I apply the fiberglass over the top, I'll be able to remove it with no problems, unlike last time. So we all make mistakes, so it's all a bit of a learning process, so we shall crack on and do this again. Here we have the mould. It's all set now, so what we'll do is we'll try and release it from it. But I think the best thing to do first is to mark out the outline of the So it seems using the cling film seemed to work very nicely. So as we can see, it's quite thin. It's what we wanted, because we don't want too thick of a cover, because then it won't line up smoothly with the bodywork on the car. So beautiful, that's come out really nicely. So here we are, day 2, and as you can see from yesterday, we did do a slight cutout of the mould. Didn't do it completely, so basically what we need to do now is sand this down, clean up the profile of the actual cover, and then use some body filler to smooth out the whole surface and just make it look perfect, ready for paint. So what we'll do now is we'll crack on, clean up all these edges and get it all ready. So here we have the main shape all cut out and sanded. What I'll do now is this main surface needs to be sanded down smooth, ready for the filler to be applied.
We have the item all sanded down. It's not completely smooth because we now need to add a layer of body filler just so we can get that smooth edges. As we can see, we've got some little divots just from the moulding in the fiberglass. So what I'll do now is I'll apply a layer of body filler over the top, ready to be sanded down to create that final smooth product. What we're going to use is big boy body filler, easy sanding, ultra fine. It seems to be okay on boats and cars, so looks like it will do the job. So we'll mix up an amount and then get filling. The filler now applied. As you can see, it's quite heavily caked on, but that's okay. So what I'll do, once it's cured, I'll sand it back, ready for that beautiful clean and smooth surface, and if need be, I'll do a second coat of filler to fill in any pinholes, etc. The filler now set, I'll now go to sand this down. The instructions say the best grit to start with is 600. So that is what I'll do. I'll work my way up from 600 up to 2000 to try and get this lovely and smooth. First layer is completed, but as you can see it's a little bit rough, so we now need to apply another layer.
Fortunately, on this back edge we had a bit of a failure of the fiberglass. So as you can see, I've just done a quick repair, so hopefully this will all be set ready to continue with a second layer of filler, just to fill in all these little dents in and get it all beautifully sanded out. But so far I think it's come out really nicely. Still a little bit way to go, but should be a nice product once we're finished. With the new fiberglass repair all dry, I'm now going to add the next layer of filler just to fill in all these little bumps and cracks and whatever, and get it all smoothed off so it's a beautiful finish. So welcome to day 3, and as you can see we're back to a rough surface again. I added a layer of filler last night. So all I need to do now is get this all cleaned up, ready for the first coat of primer. She's looking lovely and smooth. What we'll do now is we'll give it a first coat of primer, and if it need be, we'll sand back any blemishes or small dents or anything, just so when we do the final coat it'll look absolutely beautiful. Now is we've got some grey primer and we'll do a few coats. So after a few hours I've left the primer to set properly. What I'm now going to do is take some 2000 grit, so wet and dry, and get this surface all lovely and smooth, even further than it is now, ready for the final layer of paint, which is 452 Sapphire Black. What I'll do now is I will take the heat gun, dry the surface, shake up the paint and give it its first coat of Sapphire Black. The painting, I've just put up a little light. This will help with being able to check where I've painted and everything, so we'll get cracking. With the sapphire all dry now, it's time to do the clear lacquer. So it's just a 2K clear lacquer that actually came with the Sapphire Black. So I'll give this a few coats and hopefully the finished product will look perfect. So here we have the final product. Wow, doesn't that look amazing? Even by my standard, a DIY job in the garage, that has come out very nicely. 2 coats of lacquer, 3 coats of Sapphire Black, and it sparkles beautifully. Wow. The next job will be a case of letting this cure overnight and then installing the following morning.
So as we can see, it's fitted on the car, but unfortunately we've made a bit of a boo-boo on the right hand side. It's slightly too short, so in the next video I'll be extending that part and just finishing it off just so it looks amazing. But thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and remember to click that bell icon for a notification for my next video.